human and divine love. It is the love in romance and the love for friends. The human soul is capable of expressing and responding to love. Believers and unbelievers have human soul love. However, the believer in the filling of the Holy Spirit can have pure soul love, which is different from spiritual love. Spiritual love comes from the Holy Spirit, and the believer's human spirit is capable of responding to it. Spiritual love is divine love. When Jesus prayed, "Let this cup pass from me," that was human love. Jesus wanted to remain pure and have nothing to do with sin. But when he prayed, "Yet not as I will, but as you will," that was divine love. We love because he first loved us. We read in John. This is divine love, which we can express to God. Paul's desire to go to heaven and to be with Christ, that was divine love. However, his sense of responsibility to the Philippians congregation is human love. In the story of Jesus raising Lazarus, we can also see the contrast between human soul love and divine love. Okay, in John 11:33 we read, "When Jesus saw her weeping aloud, and the Jews who had come with her weeping aloud, he was deeply moved in his spirit and disturbed." So, when Jesus saw the human love and the grief of Mary and the Jews over the death of Lazarus, he was deeply moved in his spirit and disturbed. While the people were expressing their human love for the deceased, Jesus was thinking about it in his human spirit with divine love. The people were looking at Jesus from a human viewpoint, as if he could have just helped him. In John 11:35 we read that Jesus wept his tears. Wept is Greek dakru, for weeping tears, in contrast to the loud crying of the other people. So when they took Lazarus to the tomb, Jesus wept his tears. The weeping of Jesus was an outpouring of human soul love and grief. In John 11:36 we can see that the Jews pointed out how much Jesus loved Lazarus. And when we look at the word love from the Greek phileo, meaning to love intimately as with close friends. In John 11:3 we read, Jesus' love for Lazarus was personal, human love. The Jews theorized that Jesus could have kept Lazarus from dying if he would have just helped him earlier. That's of course totally absurd, because God's all-powerful and not limited. The Jews, who were unbelievers, had made an issue out of Jesus' divine power. So Jesus asked them to remove the stone that had just sealed the tomb. Jesus prayed to the Father to thank him for the miracle and called Lazarus out. So we read in John 11:43, we read, having spoken the things, he cried out with a loud voice, Lazarus, come out. Immediately, Lazarus came out walking. And Jesus did not perform this miracle from his human soul love. He did this miracle out of divine love to show and prove his divine power. Lazarus would have been better off if he would have stayed where he was. But this miracle turned many unbelievers to believers. So Jesus Christ had two natures, divine and human. A Christian also has two natures. We are human with a human body and soul. Today, most human relationships are based on soul love, which can be compatible for a while. Unfortunately, those relationships are not based on divine thinking or a spiritual life with God. For example, human soul love does not want a friend to die, but divine love recognizes that no, the friend is in a state of happiness and that the Father has called that person home. A marriage based on human soul love may break off just because one spouse got very ill or got bankrupt, and the other person, since the love was based on human soul love, is just looking for another human soul love because this human soul love is not fulfilling anymore. Love is a big word, but people careless use this word. I mean, we even see it in commercials, right? Sorry, wrong picture. That's definitely human soul love. If we recognize the difference between human love and divine love, we can also recognize the kind of love we carry inside. What do we love from a human soul love, and what do we love from a divine love?